The first thing you need to do to get unstuck in your business. The shocking advice that they don't want you to know, and how you can be most effective in taking this action to solve your problem. Yes. Before we get into that, I know some of you are likely new to this show. Welcome. You're listening to Entrepreneurship is a Marathon with yours truly, Vanessa Zammy. Every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, we are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And this is Vanessa Zammy here. Hello, hello. I am the business defibrillator. I consult business owners and entrepreneurs and founders on how to revive, grow, and scale their business without burnout, without sleep deprivation, and without overwhelm. So as always, in every episode, before we go into today's episode, into talking about the first thing you need to do to get unstuck, the very first thing you need to do, a lot of entrepreneurs miss. Before we get into that, let's go into what has been your win of the week, right? What has been your win of the week? And so this could be a personal win. This could be a business win, but every episode we like to acknowledge your win. So if you're watching a replay, put hashtag replay in the comments. And I want you to also type, what has been your win of the week? What should we celebrate with you here on this show, right? What has been your win? Let's celebrate, and let's, maybe your business is struggling right now. Maybe you don't feel too good about it. Maybe you're in the red, maybe you're in the green, whatever it may be. But there's a win that you probably saw. There's probably something good that happened to you personally or business-wise that had happened to you that made you feel good, right? So the past 7 days, think about what has been your win of the week, or the past 7 days, essentially, right? Speaking of which, though, I have to think about this for myself. I say, what has been my win of the week? Honestly, it's just a lot of gratitude and appreciation for the people who I have in my life, right? From the personal level, but also like business colleagues, the people I've met over the past couple of months. You know who you are. But essentially, just ultimate just gratitude and appreciation I've had during the past couple of days, and just of people I've met. I remember it was Saturday. I was connecting with a colleague over dinner on Saturday night, and then my drive back home, I was pretty much like, I was thinking about a conversation, just thinking about like just the things that have happened and resulted from that conversation. And I was just in tears. Like I was like, oh my goodness, I need to break down lane to, pull over to the side so I can like, see clearly. And so, but yes, it's ultimate just appreciation and gratitude for people I've met during the past year, etc. And so that's been my win of the week. What has been your win of the week? Type in the comments, but hashtag replay in the comments as well. Oh, Bobby said, surviving International Women's Day, surviving it. That's one way to put it. Yes, definitely surviving today, March 8th. For those, yes, happy International Women's Day for those who are watching us here today on March 8th. And tonight we're going into the first thing you need to do to get unstuck in your business, right? And so you may be in a process in your business where you have been, maybe this was you last week, this is you today, where you are just like, there is just something that is just not working. And you have this question in your mind, you have this problem, you're just like, the business is a problem. You're just like, OMG, what do I do next with my business? Well, the first thing you need to do, and we're going to go into what it is and then go into more details about it. The first thing you need to do is to stop trying to get unstuck. So the first thing for you to get unstuck is for you to stop trying to get unstuck, right? It's pretty much for you to do nothing. And it sounds so simple, but why does no one do it? And we'll get to the dangers of it as well, too. First of all, what do I mean by doing nothing, right? The thing is that you've been trying so hard to get unstuck. The problem is a question. Maybe the question is, how do I reach my people? Maybe the problem is, how do I get consistent income? Maybe the question you're asking yourself is, where are the people? Why are my posts not working? What should I post? I have no idea what to post today, or what to post this week, or I should probably launch something new. What is this next thing I'm going to launch? And you just keep having all these questions in your brain. And the first thing you need to do is to literally do nothing and just stop thinking. Now, for my clients, we do an intensive like deep dive 3 months, and then I transition them into like a monthly retainer basis. But essentially what happens is that during each of these periods that they're having their business, there's also life, right? Life is also happening. And you are the core of your business. Your personal life affects your business life. There's no changing it. And so in the past year, I've had clients that have had, deaths in the family, they've had COVID and they've had other inexplicable health things. Life has happened in between, unknown things have happened in between. But at the same time, their business is expanding, opportunities are happening in their business. They also are trying to, not self-sabotage, all these things are happening. So they come on a session with me, they tell me all these things that are happening. And, knowing what we've done together, what me and my clients have done together, and the work that needs to get done in the future, no one's in the past, I'm saying in the future, literally tell them to take a break. and tell them to take a break, to stop, to pause. Now, here's the thing. The danger of this, you don't want to stop for too long. Some people, they stopped, they took a pause in their business, and 5 years later, they're still taking that pause, right? And so when I tell my clients, I recommend they do 24 hours of a pause. I literally tell them in the session, I literally tell them, do nothing. Like, I'm like, the session with me is the last thing you're doing. The last business thing that you're doing is the session. And then afterwards, hold up on emails, hold up on social media, like just literally take a 24-hour break and do nothing business related. Right? Like we told a client that she had to take a week, actually. It's like some cases you might need to take a week. But for her, she had to take a week. Like there was some day job stuff, stress happening. Then she had the knee thing happening. And then we started working on transition of her business and taking it to the next level. And then she had the circle around her, like her networking, her community that she had around her outside of the work we were doing in the accelerator just wasn't the best as well too. So many things were happening, many factors were happening where she was getting to a state of, just overwhelming herself. Overwhelming herself. Yeah, overwhelming herself. And so I told her just take a week, right? And the thing is, the other danger though that you want to keep track of when you are doing nothing or stopping for too long is you want to ensure that you do come back to your business. You want to ensure that you do come back to your business. Whether you're taking 24 hours or you're taking a week, you do want to ensure that you do come back to your business. And when I say take a week, I don't mean like, oh, go travel to some foreign country somewhere and just like, meditate for a whole week or, spend 24 hours and just stare out the window and just rest and go, for like 24 hours. That's not what I mean. What I mean is literally take 24 hours with nothing business related. Now, maybe for you, that means reading a book. Maybe for you, that means taking a walk. Maybe for you, that means literally binge watching some show, right? Maybe you're binge watching Bel Air. You're binge watching, some show of the past that you haven't seen in a while, Family Matters, something like that, right? But essentially, you're taking 24 hours to do nothing, right? To not thinking about the problem. And the thing is that you want to make sure that you do come back to it. And the way that you make sure that you do come back to it is you have someone to keep you accountable. So my clients, obviously, they have me to keep them accountable to come back because I will text them if I don't hear from them, right? But essentially, ensure that you have something or some commitment or someone that is ensuring that you are coming back to your business. It's very easy to take advantage of the pause and to just say, oh, it's so comfortable. Let me keep on pausing. Take another day of break. But essentially, you want to ensure that you do come back to your business. And you'll find that when you return to that problem, when you return to that question that you have, it will just become clearer. And it just becomes clear, right? And this is a thing that I do regularly for myself as well, too. That, sometimes a problem will come up and I will just have to take a break. Am I supposed to take a break? Because that's just what I need to do is take a mental break. Your brain needs a break. And it doesn't matter how much sleep you do or don't get. This is also going to apply to you, right? It is literally your brain. If it keeps on thinking about the problem and the question, you will overwork it and it will get tired. This is the thing. And you may have noticed it even for yourself, right? You're just getting mentally exhausted. And so what you need to do is give yourself a mental break and make sure that your mind is not working on your business anymore. Like literally turn off social media, turn off your emails, just cancel the browser out, right? All the 15 tabs you have in your browser, close out the entire browser window and open up a new browser with no tabs. And just take a break, right? Your mind is a smart mind. It doesn't know everything, though. No one's mind knows everything, but it knows some things. And so what you need to do is to give your brain some space, right? Let it breathe. And let me know if this resonates with you and what you're thinking here in this as well, too. But essentially ensuring that you were taking that break with your business, right? Giving it space with your mind, giving your mind space and letting it breathe by ensuring you're taking that space for your business, right? And even, for example, sometimes for episodes, sometimes for shows that I'll do, right? And I'll say, oh my God, what am I going to talk about today? And things, I have a whole list of topics, I have a whole Google Doc of topics I can talk about. But sometimes those topics just don't resonate with me. I'm just like, someone's telling me not to talk about that topic. And so I'll just stay on and like, what to talk about? If I'm not going to talk about any of those topics, what should I talk about? And so then I go into this whole, like, what should I talk about? And then the next day I'm like, what should I talk about? The next day I'm like, well, what should I talk about? And I keep thinking about the problem. And what I'll do is I'll just literally spend a day just not thinking about the problem. I'll do other things. I'll do other things. And then eventually when I come back to it, the answer is there, right? It just trusts my instinct, all the things. But the answer ends up being there. And so literally for you in your business, the first thing you need to do, likely the next step that you need to do that you haven't done yet, is literally to stop thinking about the problem. Stop thinking about problems. Stop thinking about the question. Just let the back of your mind. Right now, it's in the forefront of your mind. Put it in the back of your mind. Literally put it in the back of your mind, and just let your brain process it. Let your brain just like do what it needs to do, keep doing your actions though, right? Keep whatever, like just keep doing stuff that you need to get done. Let's say you come back in 24 hours and the answer is still not there. Slowly, don't pressure yourself. Don't be like, oh my God, I need to get the answer. Just take the break. Just keep doing other actions that you know that you have the answer to, right? Do those things you know you have the answer to. Meanwhile, your brain is processing the answer to the question that you need. Right? And things will just start coming, right? You need to ensure that you are, consider this your permission to take a day. Consider this your permission to take a day. It's okay. Take a day, it's okay, right? Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself and what it is that yourself needs. And your mind is literally saying, self, just take a break. Like, just take a break. It is what is March right now, the time that I'm live in this year. It is March. Maybe you're watching this April. But essentially, it is March. It has been 2.5 months of the year. It's already the middle of March next week, right? So it's already been 2.5 months. The first quarter is probably already ending, and you're probably looking to yourself like, OMG, what's like, I'm nowhere near my goal. Or maybe you're like, my goal is less than what I thought, and I'm overwhelmed with opportunities. Whatever it may be, whatever stage or phase that you're in with your business, there's still a problem question that you need to answer, right? And you are sitting in it way too long. And so you need to give yourself a break to really understand, okay, let me just not think about the problem in question. And you'll find out when you come back to it, like, it'll be like, it's fascinating. I'm actually with my clients all the time. And so it is okay to take a day, right? Take a day. It's okay. Listen to yourself and ensuring that you are, and that's really part of breathing, many more things in terms of the breathing framework that I have. But essentially, that's how you ensure that you're taking care of yourself and listening to yourself. Listen to yourself to take care of yourself, right? And your mind is always saying, I'm exhausted. Let's take a break, right? And you may find that it's Tuesday right now. Perhaps you say, okay, I'm going to take a break for the next 24 hours and come back to the problem on Wednesday. Perhaps you say, okay, and like something else that I'll do as well too. Sometimes I'll end up saying, okay, right now I'm not going to think about the problem or question. It's Tuesday. Let's say I have time on Friday. Friday, I'll think about the question. Then I'll block off time on Friday to think about the problem and question again. But essentially for the next 3 days, I'm not thinking about the problem or question, right? Whatever the problem or question may be that I have in my mind. Maybe it's like, what is the plan for next quarter? What is the focus goals for next quarter? I actually have a day this week that I'll be doing that on Saturday. But with that being said, take a day, take a break, listen to yourself, and ensure that once you take that problem and question to the back of your mind, you put everything else in the front of the mind, and your answer will come. Your answer will come. Trust your mind. Trust your smart mind that got you this far in your life and in your business. There is wisdom there, and it has the answers, right? And so you need to just give it time to process the answer, to get the answer, but the answer is there. And so take a day. It's okay. Listen to yourself. For those, if you're looking for additional support, if you'll say you've already done that, you've taken a month, and you still don't have the answer, then you need to bring in some outside support, right? So outside support being in the form of colleagues, mentors, a coach or consultant. If you'd like to connect with me in terms of figuring out whether or not we're the right fit to work together, to partner together one-on-one on your business, to get you unstuck with the right strategy and the right plan and the right execution and accountability, then by all means, let's connect. Schedule time at power.vzammy.com. That's power, POWER, .vzammy.com. And then what I'll do is I'll put this in the, bam, there we go. Complimentary business session. You're welcome to schedule time there. And what we'll do is we'll really connect on uncovering the challenges that you're facing, really understanding what's been sabotaging your success when it comes to your marketing, sales, leadership, operations. And then we'll go into really understanding the best next steps and give you a clear path forward to get you to the business that you actually know you can be at and the empire that you're actually looking to build and the vision that you're actually looking to achieve as well too. So let's connect at power.vzammy.com and let's get your business to the next level. With that being said, chat with you again next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Entrepreneurship is a marathon with yours truly, Vanessa Daniel. Chat soon.